Jesus is the Son of God, the servant of all, and the Savior of man. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey. I'm excited for part 4 of this series. As we're going into the book of John, we see Jesus's claim. Because we're 5 chapters into the book. Up to this point, Jesus has been doing. He's been doing so much that there has to be a space or a time for us to get an understanding to say, who is this guy? This is more than a guy. This is the Son of God. And to help us to understand that, John 5 now goes into this deep theological and rich explanation of his authority and his role. But before we go into the scriptures, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. We appreciate you doing that and liking this video so that others can find it. And then on top of that, please just share it, pass it on to someone else. We need you to share. And then also visit us online. That's at changeministry.org. Go check out the Bailey blog. There's some really amazing stories, articles, references, news, and testimonies. John chapter 5 transitions now from we see Jesus in action to where now we see him being explained. Therefore, it says in verse 18, therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that God was his father, making himself equal with God. That's exactly who he was. So then answered Jesus and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, and now let me explain who I am. The Son can do nothing of himself. So verse 19 says, then answered Jesus and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these things also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth, and will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. Jesus knew where they were. He meets them at that point of blindness to give them light at the very point where they're contesting him. To say that who is this man to say this, that he's equal with God? Jesus says, yes, I am equal with God, but let me explain that to you. He goes on to say, for as the Father raiseth up the dead and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth whom he will. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son honoreth not the Father, which hath sent him. So it's in this equality with the Father that he's also showing this dependence on the Father. Just as he quickens the dead, so can I quicken the dead. And because of this, you need to accept me. Because if you accept him and reject me, you will reject him. But in John 5:24, he sums it up by saying, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that honoreth my word and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life. Here's the salvation. So here we see Jesus is saying that I've been sent here to serve. The power that I have now, it is not for my sake, it's for your sake. That just like God is able to raise the dead, I can. And so if I'm here with you, if you lean on me, if you trust in me, if you believe in me, I'll do the same for you. Because I serve God and I serve you. Because I serve my Father and I'm willing to serve you. But he wraps it up in verse 24 by saying, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Jesus is speaking these words even to those who are plotting to persecute him. He is trying to get them to see that I am the Son of God. I am the servant of all, and I've been sent here to save you. You will have an opportunity to live in fellowship with God because you have faith in me. This is Jesus's way of trying to paint a picture of clarity that can break the blindness even of those who are bent on persecuting him. We talked about the previous study about those who are hard-hearted. We didn't really focus on the hard-hearted people. We focused on how to respond to them. Well, here Jesus is responding as only the Son of God can. He's saying that I'm coming to save you from that hard heart if you're willing to receive me. Notice when Jesus is calling for worship, when he is calling for adoration, he doesn't refer to anybody else. He says that I and my Father are one. And he doesn't mention anyone who's worthy of praise, anyone who's worthy of worship. And if they were worthy, and if they were to be mentioned, Here in John 5 is where they should have been called out. So whether it's another entity or whether it's another person who claims to be God, I'm talking about lowercase g, he would have said it, but he doesn't, because Jesus alone is the Son of God, the servant of all, both God and man, and he's come to save man.